Turning our attention now to the ASX, here's Matt Birney and Bulls and Bears with the latest public company views and interviews.
Welcome to Bulls and Bears, where we break down the latest ASX announcements from public companies that are doing interesting things. Today's Bulls and Bears report is brought to you by Calidus Resources, ASX code CAI. I'm Matt Birney and I'm joined now on 6PR by the Managing Director of Calidus Resources, Dave Reeves. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Matt.
Calidus Resources is charging towards production at its Warrawoona gold deposit in WA's Pilbara region, having received its final construction approvals recently. The site is now abuzz with workers, access roads, water supplies and communications are all in place, and the construction camp is scheduled for completion early next month as Calidus prepares to take advantage of the seriously good gold price. Firstly, Dave, what's the mineral resource and reserve at Warrawoona now, and what are you targeting in terms of annual production?
Matt, the resource is 1.5 million ounces. We've got 658,000 ounces in our mine plan. We're going to put that through a 2.4 million tonne per annum process plant, putting out 90,000 ounces per annum of gold.
And what's your minimum mine life that you're projecting at the moment?
Currently 8 years, but the deposit is open at depth.
Okay, and I noticed you recently acquired the old high-grade Blue Spec gold mine near Nullagine. How does that fit into the picture?
Yeah, so Blue Spec is a very high-grade deposit. It's 75 kilometres away, so we can truck that back in. 220,000 ounces at 16 grams. It lifts the overall head grade, lifts production and lifts cash flow, which is a good thing for shareholders.
Are there any other Blue Spec type opportunities up there in the Pilbara?
Oh, look, absolutely. Lots of areas to explore. Gold first found in the 1890s. We know there's other stranded high-grade deposits out there, and certainly once we're in production, we'll be investigating those a lot more along with our regional exploration.
What's the company's current cash position?
42 million at the end of last quarter.
And what's it going to cost you to build the mine?
So it's $120 million all up, and we've also got a $110 million committed facility from Macquarie Bank, so well and truly funded through construction. Okay,
and I guess the key question, what does your financial modelling say about the annual profitability at the mine? What will Warrawoona turn out a year in EBITDA?
So we've put a hedge in place at $2,355 an ounce. Combine that with the current spot, leaves us with about $100 million EBITDA per annum at the moment.
What do you think it's going to cost you to produce an ounce of gold?
About $1,290 Australian dollars an ounce, so a very large margin there per ounce.
And when do you expect to start mining? And most importantly, when do you think you'll pour your first gold bar?
Yeah, so construction kicked off on the weekend, just over 12 months from now to our first gold bar. So we're sort of talking half one next year, sort of around that April stage next year.
Dave Reeves from Calidus Resources, thanks very much for joining me on 6PR today. And remember, Bulls and Bears is only here to give you information, not advice, which you should of course seek independently. I'm Matt Birney. Thanks for listening to Bulls and Bears.
For more public company CEO interviews, go to the Money page at 6pr.com.au and click the Public Companies tab.